Did you know that around 700 million people across the globe live on less than $2.15 per day? This alarming reality underscores the persistent issue of poverty that plagues our world today. From the troubling impact of COVID-19 that has reversed years of progress in combating poverty, to the complex factors such as civil wars, weak rule of law, and severe climate conditions that contribute to this crisis. It's a multifaceted issue, often measured by GDP per capita adjusted for purchasing power parity. Today we delve into the 10 poorest countries in the world, counting down from number 10. Starting at number 10, we have Madagascar. This island nation, renowned for its unique wildlife and stunning landscapes, is unfortunately also known for its political instability. This instability has been a significant factor in the country's economic struggles, further compounded by high poverty rates. Many of the country's citizens live on less than $2.15 per day, a stark reminder of the disparity between the country's natural wealth and the living conditions of its people. Despite its rich biodiversity, Madagascar remains in the throes of extreme poverty. Coming in at number 9 is Chad. This Central African nation grapples with a myriad of challenges. It's been hit hard by inflation, which hampers the purchasing power of its citizens, making life even more difficult for the already struggling population. But the trials don't stop there. Chad also faces severe climate change impacts. Droughts and unpredictable weather patterns wreak havoc on agriculture, a vital source of income for many Chadians. Chad's economic situation remains dire due to these ongoing struggles. At 8th place, we find Liberia. Situated on the West African coast, Liberia has been grappling with economic hardship for quite some time. The country's bleak economic situation is an outcome of several factors. Long-lasting civil wars have left the nation's infrastructure in shambles, and political instability is a constant threat. With a GDP per capita adjusted for purchasing power parity that ranks among the world's lowest, the country also struggles with severe climate conditions which disrupt agricultural practices and livelihoods. The road to economic recovery for Liberia is indeed a steep climb. At number 7, we have Malawi. This southeastern African country faces a plethora of economic challenges. From political instability to high poverty rates, Malawi's struggle is deep-rooted. The climate change impacts have only added to its woes, with irregular rainfall patterns affecting agriculture, the backbone of its economy. Inflation poses another hurdle, creating a ripple effect on the cost of living and access to basic needs. The COVID-19 pandemic has further exacerbated the situation, reversing the little progress made over the years. Malawi continues to grapple with poverty amidst these challenges. Mozambique takes the 6th spot on our list, a country grappling with the impacts of severe climate conditions, political instability, and social unrest. The situation is further aggravated by inflation, which has been unkind to the Mozambican economy. The long shadow of colonization and weak rule of law have also played their part in this persistent struggle. The COVID-19 pandemic has worsened the situation, particularly for underprivileged households, pushing the country further into the clutches of poverty. It's a tough battle for Mozambique as it fights against the tide of poverty. Halfway through our list at number 5, we have Niger. This West African country is grappling with a complex web of challenges. Economic instability coupled with severe climate conditions and political unrest have contributed to its position on this list. The country's struggle is exacerbated by the fact that it's landlocked, limiting its access to global trade routes. The COVID-19 pandemic has only intensified these issues, with the most vulnerable households bearing the brunt of the economic fallout. Niger's fight against poverty is indeed a daunting task. Just missing the top 3, the Democratic Republic of Congo stands at number 4. This nation is not a stranger to economic hardship. Factors such as political instability, inflation, and climate change have all played a significant role in its current state. Decades of conflict and weak governance have left the country in a state of economic disarray. The effects of climate change have further strained the already fragile economy. Despite being rich in natural resources, the Democratic Republic of Congo struggles to harness these assets for national development, with corruption and social unrest standing as formidable obstacles. The path to prosperity for the DRC is filled with a multitude of challenges. Taking the bronze medal of poverty, we find Burundi at number 3. The plight of Burundi is a complex puzzle of social unrest, severe climate conditions, and political instability. A seemingly endless cycle of conflict and corruption has put a stranglehold on the country's progress, while inflation and climate change wreak havoc on its economy. The burden of these challenges lies heavily on the shoulders of the Burundian people, who strive for better days despite the odds. Burundi's struggle against poverty is a race against time and circumstance. Coming in at a close second, we have South Sudan. This young nation has been grappling with economic hardships since its birth. The impact of civil unrest, coupled with severe climatic conditions, has exacerbated the situation, making South Sudan one of the world's poorest nations. The lack of robust rule of law and the lingering effects of colonization are further contributing factors. Despite these challenges, the resilient spirit of the South Sudanese people shines through. Yet, South Sudan's encounter with poverty is a harsh reality that's hard to overlook. And finally, the country holding the unfortunate title of the poorest in the world is the Central African Republic. The Central African Republic, or CAR, is a nation that has been persistently grappling with economic hardship. The country's economic situation is a byproduct of multiple factors, all intertwining to create an environment of persistent poverty. Its struggles are primarily rooted in political instability, rampant corruption, and incessant conflicts. These factors have significantly hampered the country's economic growth, making it difficult for the CAR to break free from the cycle of poverty. Moreover, the country's severe climate conditions have also adversely impacted its agricultural sector, a key contributor to its economy. The COVID-19 pandemic has only worsened the situation, further straining the already fragile economy. It's a stark reminder of the disparities that exist in our world, where some nations continue to battle the harsh realities of life, while others prosper. The Central African Republic's plight truly emphasizes the severity of global poverty. There you have it, the 10 poorest countries in the world. We've journeyed from Madagascar to the Central African Republic, shedding light on the sobering realities faced by millions of people every day. These nations, grappling with the harsh impacts of factors like political instability, inflation, climate change, and conflicts, paint a stark picture of global poverty. It's crucial to remember that behind the GDP per capita figures and rankings, there are human lives, dreams deferred, and potential untapped. The COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated these conditions, reversing the progress made in reducing extreme poverty. Today, around 700 million people are living on less than $2.15 a day. But this narrative isn't set in stone. It's a call to action for us all, a reminder of the transformative power of understanding, empathy, and concerted effort. Remember, understanding is the first step towards making a difference. Together, we can help change the narrative for these countries and millions of people worldwide.